The Lantern in the Storm. In the quaint village of Meadowbrook, where everyone knew everyone else, lived two inseparable friends, Eliza and Margaret. Eliza was known for her radiant smile and her knack for fixing things, while Margaret was celebrated for her quick wit and boundless optimism. Their friendship was the envy of many, and they shared everything from childhood dreams to adult challenges. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a storm brewed over Meadowbrook. The sky darkened, and a fierce wind whipped through the village. The storm was unlike any they had experienced, with torrential rain and lightning splitting the sky. As the winds howled and the rain pounded, the village was plunged into darkness when the power went out. Margaret, who had recently moved into a cozy old house at the edge of the village, was alone. Her husband had been away on business, and she had just returned from a day out, unprepared for the storm. The power outage meant her heaters were off, and she could hear the eerie creaks and groans of the old house as the storm raged outside. Eliza, who had just finished dinner, noticed the power outage and remembered Margaret's new house was not yet fully prepared for such emergencies. Without a second thought, she grabbed her lantern and raincoat, and set out into the storm. Navigating through the wind and rain was no easy task, but Eliza's determination was unwavering. She made her way to Margaret's house, her lantern casting a warm glow in the tempest. When she arrived, she found Margaret huddled in a blanket, her face pale with worry and cold. "Margaret!" Eliza called, her voice carrying over the howling wind. "I came to check on you. I thought you might need some help." Margaret's eyes filled with relief. "Oh, Eliza, you're a lifesaver. I didn't know what to do. It's freezing in here, and I can't seem to get the fireplace going." Eliza set to work immediately, her lantern providing the only light in the darkened room. She expertly kindled a fire in the fireplace, the crackling flames casting a comforting glow. As the room warmed, she made sure Margaret had a hot cup of tea and wrapped her in a thicker blanket. "Thank you," Margaret said, her voice choked with emotion. "I was so scared and alone. I don't know what I would have done without you." Eliza smiled, her eyes twinkling with warmth. "That's what friends are for. You would do the same for me in a heartbeat." The storm raged on outside, but inside Margaret's house, there was warmth and light. They spent the evening together, sharing stories and laughter, finding solace in each other's company despite the raging storm beyond the walls. When morning came, the storm had passed, and the sun began to break through the clouds. Eliza and Margaret emerged from the house, grateful for the calm and the light. Margaret looked at her friend and said, "You really were a lantern in the storm, Eliza. You were my beacon of hope." Eliza chuckled and replied, "And you are mine, Margaret. A true friend indeed." Their bond was stronger than ever, and the storm became a testament to the strength of their friendship. Eliza and Margaret knew that no matter how fierce the storm or dark the night, they could always count on each other to be there. For in the truest sense, a friend in need is indeed a friend indeed.